The hate, the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key and combination. Keep it gold and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night, night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever band, no mind, and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They will let me put me shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation.
Hope you brought your wetsuit. This one of the hot. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Punch, counter punch. Misses with the straight left. How about that time counter shot? They exchange punches. That big hook doesn't land. Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
The reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than nothing.
Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until the senses have come back.
Beautiful counter shot. This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movements.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Throws the jab but does not score. Perfect counter shot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? That jab doesn't score. Great. Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know what?
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he misses with that straight left. That right hook catching air. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. They both want a knockout, you can tell. The jab not finding its target. Right uppercut can't find a home. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that lap. And there's the bell to start round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swing and a miss with the right hook. That hook won't score. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And now they're right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the...
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last. Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Those counter punches have to hurt. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The counter lands. Jab does not score. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Usyk! Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. On to the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Back and forth they go. Pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. We're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers.
I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we continue.
Hold it right there. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that. And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
That jab won't score. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. That counter shot lands. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those popped areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. That counter punch got him clean. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. His stamina is off the charts. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that. There's the bell to start round 8. Punching. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The straight right just misses. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Catch and shoot. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Oh, no! Ali is down! And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into the fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. No surprise as we get a unanimous
Another day. All day and just what have I become? No chance on stage, what they waiting for. No brain on stage, we ain't here before. Hold on too much, gotta let it go. No pain, I'm out of it, ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I was there wrong. Flown out the way for that info. Feel lost, but I know that we close. Three down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been there before, but maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you, now you ain't never that. So lose, I do, I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you, now you ain't never that. So lose, I do, I gotta run it back. Another one time be fun, I think my end just begun. Another one last time please ya. Now I ain't live to please ya. Ain't got no plans to be through with this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool, nah I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue, at least the 10 in my room. Feel like it's trying to consume, but I'm just days to refuse. Or maybe make it out soon. I assume that my doom ain't the worst of the guess what my purpose is. Start my verse, then I fall when the curtain ends. When the curtain ends, yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I blend. Off in the back where I... Yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I... Just got another one. Just got another one. Just got another one. Another one, another one, another one. Another one, another one, another day. Another one, another one, another day. Another one. Another one. Another one down.
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat back quit like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. I'm from a different life, different type. Energies, flows, vibes. I'm from a different life, different type.